It's a family affair. We got Lil Doop snare. We got LLSmoothBody. We're gonna record a pod on brand new mics. As I've said before, we get it right in the face. Smoothbody. Hello, lovers, fighters, and LLSmoothBody fans. It's your boy LLSmoothBody coming at you hard from the deck of my brand new house. We got Lil Doop here. Lil Doop, say what up to the peeps.
What's going on, everyone? How are we?
Me and Lil Doop, we invested. And guess who we invested in? The best asset we have, ourselves. We bought brand new microphones. We no longer sound like we're making a call under a tunnel. And it's nice.
Yeah, definitely don't sound like Megatron anymore.
No. More like Optimus Prime.
Yeah, like so much sexier.
Like, Megatron.
Megatron, pretty tight.
Megatron's...
Optimus Prime, gotta love him.
He's got that BDE for sure.
100-piece, no fries. Sauce on side.
That dude's got literally a Subway sandwich down there. I mean, he is a robot.
$5 foot long. Any five.
Has anyone ever told you have a lovely voice?
Thank you. Daddy. I mean, SmoothBody. What? That was weird.
So, we've been figuring things out with the pod, and today we're gonna do a little segment. It's a segment that we've done. We're gonna do it again, but we're gonna do it with a little more focus. This is LLSmoothBody's top fives, college edition. I got some top fives. I'm gonna lay them down for you guys. Lil Doop's going to react. We're going to have a discussion, and we're going to have a good time doing it because we sound amazing.
Yeah.
Like...
Look good, feel good, play good, baby.
I literally, when I heard myself with these mics, it went from 6 to midnight downstairs.
6 to midnight.
Shout out Jonah Hill for that gem. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, if you've never seen it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Who?
Jonah Hill and Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
He's in that movie?
He is. He's the waiter that's obsessed with Aldous Snow. Oh, I'm Aldous Snow.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Oh, that'll be on a top 5 episode
Mila
for sure.
Kunis is in that movie, right?
Yeah, Kirsten Bell.
The guy.
Jason Segel.
No, the guy, though.
What guy?
The guy that Kristen Bell, like...
Fox.
Yeah, what's his name?
Oh, my God. Russell Brand.
Is it Russell Brand?
Yes,
yeah.
Katy Perry's ex-husband.
Funny-looking guy.
He's actually hilarious.
He's like funny.
He's one note of shit, but he's hilarious. Anyway, here we go. LLSmoothBody's top fives, college edition. I'm going to lay them down for you. All right. Top 5 best majors. Number 1, mechanical engineer. Those dudes be pulling in the ladies and making stacks.
Gotta love it.
You're guaranteed some money in that.
That's pretty cool.
Number 2, health sciences.
Interesting.
It's not quite being a doctor. It's called being an Abu.
Being a load.
Being a load. You get to help people, but you don't have to go through 8 years of school.
I think there's a bunch of different health science majors too.
Yeah. So you can take it as you want.
You go PT, you could go with orthopedics, chiropractics.
No one's going to be mad at you when you're like, oh, I'm a health science major. It's not like, you're an English major.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Agricultural studies.
Didn't even know that was an option.
I care about the lower middle class, and I care about American farms. That is one of the most important majors that we have in this country.
I don't even know if the University of Pittsburgh they probably do.
Penn State has one of the best programs in the country.
Well, I don't doubt it. They're in the middle of ass fuck nowhere, Pennsylvania.
And if Penn State's any good at anything, you're going to hear about it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Did you know our Quidditch team is top 5 in the country?
Yeah, man.
The wrestling one's ridiculous.
Your wrestling team is insane, aren't they?
I understand, but it's there's more people that show up for the wrestling team than the basketball team. And I'm not saying they're wrong to do that.
Yeah.
But there's almost no other school in the country that would do that.
I'm sure it might actually be somewhat similar now with Pitt.
Really?
Our basketball team is cheddar cheese.
Jeff Cable, if you've touched Mike Krzyzewski, people assume you're going to be a good coach.
Yeah.
That does not make you a good coach.
Not necessarily the best protege.
Yeah.
if you will. But I mean,
All right. After agricultural studies, we have political science.
poli-sci major.
I think poli-sci majors are really well-rounded, and they can talk about a lot of stuff really well.
Okay.
You're a hater.
I'm not a hater.
Push back.
I don't want to hate
Say it
on
with your
anyone.
chest, son.
I don't want to hate on anyone's life choices, but I don't think it's fair to say all poli-sci majors are well-rounded
Yeah, but
individuals.
You can't say that about anything. But
Exactly. It's hard to generalize about a specific major.
I think anyone that can talk about politics without bias and just spewing out what their father or mother has said to them their whole
Yeah.
life is an impressive skill to have.
Yeah, no, you're a product of your environment, and I think breaking away from that and
Now, I will say this. It is not a super diverse major. You like going into political science, you probably want to be somewhere in politics, and there's not actually a shit ton of jobs that come with politics.
with just an undergraduate bachelor's degree in poli-sci.
now, if you go get your law degree
Right, you
and
can
you're a
do-
poli-sci major,
yeah,
you're pretty
can
much set up.
further your education beyond your poli-sci major, in probably more ways than a lot of other majors, with the exception of like, again, maybe health sciences or I mean other stuff. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what I'm doing, and like,
I have no judgment to anyone else's majors. Because don't worry, we're going to get to the top 5 worst majors very soon. Number 5, best major, nursing. I think all nurses are saints.
yeah, no, for sure.
Are you going to say something bad about nurses?
No, I don't think it's fair to say something bad about nurses. It always confused me, and I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. I think it's great that you go to school to study nursing, and in doing that, again, there's a bunch of different fields specifically in
With
nursing
nursing.
that you can do. You can go in to be like a maternity nurse. You can do
100%.
nurse and esthetician.
And you don't have to, become a doctor.
You don't have to become a doctor. The only thing is that I never understood was why some people go to nursing schools out of state.
Why is that?
Or even like private. If you're not getting...
Because there's not hospitals there. Is that what
No,
you're saying?
I'm saying it's more expensive to go to school out of state for
Yes.
the most part.
Yes.
And I feel like some schools obviously do it better than others, as it is with any major.
Yes.
University of Pittsburgh, UPMC, great nursing school, but I don't understand why some people might choose, say, going to Dayton, Ohio for nurse. Maybe I'm out of line for saying it.
So here's what
because
I'm
it's
going to
just like my mind's where the money's at.
here's what I'm going to come back at you with. Why don't we all go to community college for 2 years and then go get our actual degree at a school,
I guess you're
at a
right.
college? It's the college experience. People choose colleges almost exclusively for the experience. They'll tell you the academics,
Yeah.
and it's a factor, but it's way more experience than anything. If I wanted to go live in New York, I would have went to
Right,
Fordham.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
things like
You're
that.
right.
I thought Penn State was
It's
an
not
easier
just
transition.
nursing either, I guess. Like it could be any business major.
100%.
Like I'm sure there's a great state business school in New
They can
Jersey.
figure it out. And that's how a lot of people think. But what I'm telling you is when people go out of state and when people go to private colleges,
It's closer to the experience.
it's because it's,
okay.
yeah. And people have different monetary situations. All right.
Thank
so
you for humbling me, by the way, because that was actually I've actually genuinely wondered that for a while, and that makes more sense. Because why not?
because why not?
Why not? That's literally the answer. Why not?
Because I want to get
You do you,
drunk
boo.
in Toledo.
Yeah, facts. I mean, I don't know anyone that has literally ever said that sentence. I wouldn't
wanna-
say that if I were a POW. You know what I mean? If I were a prisoner of war, I wouldn't. I want to get drunk in Toledo. Sorry, Ohio.
Even if they had a gun to my head.
Yeah, with that like shot spoons.
Even if there's a fire.
Yeah, not even if there's a fire,
Not
bro. Literally never gonna call you dad.
Even if there's a fire. All right. Here are my top 5 worst majors. This is a little more juicy.
Yeah, I like this.
Shout out my dad because my number 1 is English/philosophy.
That's 2 different majors.
They account for the same thing, or they're
All right.
tied if you want to look at it.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not going to shit on history majors. I think people that go philosophy, it's another step forward. They're the most shit on majors.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people that have been very successful that have been English majors. Number 2, art history. If you're going to college for art history, you might as well tell your parents you hate them. I'm so sorry for saying that.
Wow.
I only kind of mean it.
Like a lot.
Like, guys, it's a fine as a minor, but there's just not a lot of jobs.
Coal miner.
In art history, unless you're that talented at it, then you can probably be like one of those art people. But I don't really like art to begin with, so
I'm going to challenge you here.
go for it.
I think you could make the argument that art history is also a part of. Let's restart. Art history, I think you could say, is a very involved major. So in order to get a full understanding, a full grasp of the art history that you are following, reading about, studying, trying to comprehend and understand, is also tied into the experience surrounding by that. So if you're an art history major, maybe you chose that because you wanted to go and see the Sistine Chapel. You wanted to go and see that, and it's something that you're interested in.
Yes.
And that's, again, something that we're going to get into later because we were talking a little bit about it before, but I do have another point about one of the next top fives that kind of ties into that. But again, like you said to me about the nursing thing, it's
experience over practicality. Right. And there's actually nothing wrong with that. So that's a good pushback there. Number 3, communications.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No pushback. I don't get it.
I don't understand.
To be honest with you.
No one has described to me correctly what a communications major does.
Not even a communications major. And I know a couple. Very nice people.
Salt of the earth. That's not the problem with it. I wish you could tell me what it is or what you do.
And that's fine that we don't understand because that's not my thing. But I don't know. I don't get it. And I didn't do well in my one communications class because I again, did not understand the concept.
I don't even have a communications class. I have a new theory that it's like the Matrix. Like it's a whole different part.
It's
like you transfer in. If there's a
it's
GTA
literally like
scene.
Hogwarts. You go through a brick wall and you're there.
They're all wizards.
Like
all
seriously, they actually play Quidditch in their free time.
In the sky. They don't play on the gym floor. No. They play in the sky.
Quidditch guy.
My number 4 worst major. I'm going to choose 2 business majors because I couldn't decide, and for different reasons. Finance and marketing. Finance because I'm a finance major, and when I say I'm a finance major, I feel like a douchebag every time I say it.
I would agree.
And marketing, marketing to me is more of an intuition thing, a creative thing, than a theorized thing. So when I'm taking marketing classes, I'm like, why is this a theory and not just kind of common sense? Now, if you're looking in like marketing studies and evaluating like different trends within the marketing community, that makes sense. But if you want to go work for an advertising agency and create ideas for ad campaigns, a marketing degree is not really going to help you.
Yeah. Maybe your communications degree.
Maybe. Because communications could be anything. We don't know.
We
actually
have no
don't
idea.
And
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I was about to say number 5, so make your point.
Marketing is, for me at least, was so much more complicated than I felt that it ever could possibly be.
Yeah.
It was the first C that I've ever gotten, ever.
Oh.
I was 20 years old, got my first C+. It was devastating, but you know what? I don't give a rat's ass. It just was not interesting to me or engaging. So I think that it's also part professor.
Yeah.
So, but we only have the one to choose from, and it wasn't my thing, and I didn't really like it. I also have a finance major, and I do.
You feel like a tool.
I feel like a toolbox,
literally,
like the whole set. You got a hammer, your Phillips head, flathead, so many more tools. I feel like all of them combined.
I got one compliment in my life that meant so much more to me than any other compliment. I was talking to like some girl about her major, and she asked me what I did.
Yeah.
And I told her finance, and then I told her about The Big Short, and kind of like if I go into finance, I want to go at like bigger banks and things like that, because that was my dream at the time. It's definitely changed since then.
Yeah.
But it was a good, bullshit thing that I did. And she was like, "Wow, you're one of the only nice finance majors I've met."
Well, yeah, I think that I don't want to say it's an easy major because I don't think it is. Like,
No.
I think you have to actually work for it if you want to do well. But Yeah, it's just like it's hard. I do think that I've gotten compliments because like I've explained the time value of money to someone before, but it's also not like
TVM,
I
baby.
took literally one finance class, but I don't know. It just feels so doucheboxy, and it's just not for me. But it is definitely for me.
All right, and number 5 we have forensics. I don't know why you'd want to do that to yourself.
Yeah, that beats me.
It's
off
like the people that watch Criminal Minds. I'm like, how did you get there?
avidly.
How did you decide that that's how you want to spend? How are you not freaked out by that?
Fine show.
So you like Criminal Minds?
I watched first couple seasons. It's a lot of the same over and over again.
That's not what bothers me. I don't know how people don't get freaked out. Like, I'm gonna become a criminal mind.
Yeah. I don't know. What you're saying is like it's drawing a fine line between like civilian and criminal.
To me, it's fucked up.
Like
No,
you got to
it's
switch
more-
your mindset
It's
to be the
more
criminal.
like these people have lost their mind. I'm scared I'm gonna lose mine. Like that would freak
yeah,
me
yeah,
out.
yeah. I got
Now that's my
you.
personality, but
Yeah.
it would freak me out.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
It's like horror movies, but that's a whole other discussion for a whole other day.
My mom loves all those like ID channel things where it's like this lady
Scorned
murdered
love
her
kills.
cousin's daughter, but then ended up reviving her cousin's daughter just to kill her again and then sleep with her cousin. Like, I'm sorry, why are you watching this? Like, on repeat, dude.
No, and they have a show called The Affair That Caused Me to Lose My Genitals. Deadass, no, I'm kidding. There's not a show, but you believe me for a second.
I did believe
Yeah.
you. There's some weird shit. People are fucked
Fucked up. And I don't like thinking about that.
No, I definitely wouldn't want to think about that for a career.
No.
I don't know. I don't get it. And there's probably another side to forensics that neither you or I know
I think
about.
forensic
I'm good.
accounting's a thing, so I don't
Yeah,
know what it entails. I just know that
no idea.
some of them go look at dead bodies.
No idea.
All right, next top 5. We're going top 5 douchiest drinks to have at a party.
Nice.
Number 1, I'm going White Claw. Listen, if it's during the day, I have no problem with you. Don't be having a White Claw at night if you're a guy.
You're saying Darty, it's okay.
Darty, it's okay.
Party, no go.
Number 2, IPAs. If you're in college drinking an IPA,
As
like
a
you,
freshman,
you
definitely.
brought,
Yeah.
you brought IPAs.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a senior at a bar, like
Oh,
whatever.
I got another one. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, hey. Number 3, whatever the hell you put in your hydro flask. This bothers me more than anything else. When I go to parties, I
Interesting.
see like 2 kids who literally bring their hydro flask and they'll go into their little corner and they'll be sipping on it. And I'm like, you're drinking something in there, but you don't want to share with the group. That's not how
Put a
good
label
men
on it,
were taught.
man.
I don't know if you've seen that. I've noticed it and it bothers me.
I've definitely put something in like my Yeti before to mix it with something else.
That's cool. But I'm talking about like you're hanging out and instead of, having a drink in your hand or in a red Solo, you're at a party with your hydro flask and you get out your little straw.
I can understand. I'm not definitely not as pissed as you are
I know,
about
it
this
makes
whole
me
thing.
upset.
The red Solo cup thing, I wouldn't want to have
Next
an
time I
open
see
drink.
it, I might actually like smack it out of their hands. Be like, go get a drink now.
You're messed up.
I'm sorry. If it's water, that's fine.
That's crazy.
Number
It's water, it's fine, but let me at least sniff check first.
Number 4, anybody that's either holding the bottle or just like raw dogging in a Solo cup, like Malibu or New Amsterdam.
Oh no,
Not saying they're not good on
No.
occasion.
I would never. Oh no,
But when you're just rocking it, it's like how. First of all, how do you feel in the morning after that?
Bruh, Malibu is foul, and the morning after that, I can tell you from experience, not great.
There's so much fucking sugar in there. Like that can. Oh my god, yeah.
Not with Malibu. It was
New Amsterdam's
$12
also a little
plastic
douchey.
bottle of vodka. Handle to the dome.
Straight to the dome.
Yeah, it's bad.
You're disgusting.
Yeah, I mixed Kool-Aid in it. It was like a Borg, hold the water. So it was a bore. Foul.
It was like a Borg, except for straight tequila. to
Yeah,
the top.
hold the hydration, add some sugar.
Yeah.
Can't drink grape Kool-Aid anymore. Shouts Kool-Aid.
Shout out to Kool-Aid. Love Kool-Aid.
Yeah, big fan.
Number 5, Four Locos. Not saying I did. I ripped them freshman year.
Never had one.
If you pregame with them, I'm cool with that. When
Yeah,
you're
whatever.
rocking them at a party, and I can tell this is probably your second Four Loko, I actually feel bad, and I don't want to feel bad at a
Are
party
they
because I'm at a
cheap?
party.
Why do people buy them?
Super cheap,
And it's like what?
and it's a
28
different buzz.
proof?
Yeah, it's like
14%.
it makes you feel like you're dead sober, and you can't even talk at the same time.
No, I'm good.
You ever done a sidewalk slammer?
No.
Drink half the malt liquor, you pour the rest of a Loco in, a full
No.
Loco.
Nope. Count me out, champ.
I did that, and there's these spin bikes that you can pay for on
Yeah,
campus
yeah.
with your phone. I tried to swipe my credit card for 10 minutes in the spin bike. There was no credit card spot.
Oh,
I was
man.
standing there.
Oh, swipe or no swiping.
And I was like, no, I'm going to walk home by myself.
That's
Thank God the bike didn't work, because that would be worse. I would have crashed that
oh
into
no.
like a retail store.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
I'm pretty sure you can get a ticket for that, by the way. I think you can get a DUI for riding a bike.
I did not know that.
I'm pretty sure you can. So if anyone was planning on getting hammered and then trying to ride a bike, I wouldn't suggest doing it.
No, probably just use your feet.
Yeah. Or, call a friend. Uber.
Or call a friend. Uber. Play it safe.
Yeah.
All right, here are my top 5 things I like about college.
Sure.
Number 1, independence.
Yeah.
Number 2, parties. Who doesn't like having a little fun, blowing off some
Fun every
steam?
once in a while.
Number 3, drunk compliments. I think people,
Wow.
when they get drunk and they give you a compliment either about yourself or these guys one time when I was walking by, they were like 3 stories up in their apartment. And I was walking with Katie, being a gentleman, walking her home.
Sure.
They go, yo, your boyfriend's fine as hell.
Yeah.
That made me feel really good.
I love kings hyping other kings up.
That's just
It's so hilarious and also so...
non-toxic.
No, it's not toxic.
It's not
it feels
toxic.
great, too. It feels great. Like
It feels great.
Like you probably felt like $1 million fucking dollars after that.
No, I walked out with a smile like,
Yeah. You know
So
what? That
big.
guy didn't have to say that, but you know what? He did.
He
and now
did.
I feel like a champ.
I do.
Yeah, call me Gov.
And we'll get to later the other things sometimes people say when they're 3 stories up and they're drunk in the next top 5. But number 4, great people watching at college. One of
Yeah.
my favorite things to do is analyze drunk people. Great people watching.
No, I love people watching. People are crazy, and so am I, and it's just awesome.
It's just awesome.
Because, like, someone's probably people watching me, people watching people.
Exactly. And when I think about that, I'm like, I want to give this guy a show.
Yeah. Like, let me give this guy something he can earn.
I want him videotaping me.
Yeah.
Like when those guys said, do the gritty
Uh.
when I was on the street. And I can't do the gritty, but I did it.
You did it anyway.
I was pretty much just putting my hands to my face in a repeated motion,
That's good.
but I did it. Number 5, this is one of my hottest takes. College for me is easier than high school, academics-wise. There's my take. I'm sticking with it. Personally, non-personally, I know other people probably disagree with that,
Oh, for sure.
but I don't. I think it's easier than high school.
Okay.
You disagree.
I don't agree.
You don't agree.
I don't disagree. I wouldn't say it's easier. I think it's obviously more challenging. Which I think it is, but I also think it's better because it's something that it's generally something that I like doing.
Yeah.
Like that's why I'm there, to study a specific field.
That you want to
So
go
it's
into,
like it's
possibly.
focused classes on something that like I want to learn more about, I guess. So I think you could make the argument that it makes it easier.
You're also a double major, getting
I
a
am.
certificate in sign language.
I am.
So I'm assuming that our workload is probably a little bit
It
different.
might vary a little bit. It probably varies a little bit.
All right. Top 5 things I hate about college. Number 1, and this is like,
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt.
go for it.
I thought you were going to say free time in that last top 5.
Yeah, I took it out.
You took it out?
Yeah.
Okay. I had something written down for it, but
Free time's a little overrated. I'm a grinder. I like having some free time. I don't like having too much free time. It's not a negative.
No.
Listen, if you have a podcast that has 3 average listeners, you got to grind for those 3 average listeners.
Yeah, because we're loyal.
We're loyal.
And they're loyal to us.
All right, moving on. Top 5 things I hate about college.
Fair.
And this number 1 is like, who's the most dominant athlete ever in their sport? Actually, no. This number 1's like Bob Marley compared to the rest of the people that did reggae.
Mm-hmm.
There's some good ones, but Bob Marley is synonymous with this. The thing I hate most about college is hangovers. When I was in high school, I think I probably had like 2 bad hangovers in my life.
Yeah.
Sundays are a grind for me. After 3 straight days of drinking, I get up and I'm like, I don't feel like a human person.
Yeah.
Not fun.
I feel like a humanoid, not a human person.
And I've tried to hydrate, and sometimes it works. And they've gotten a little better because I've been a little more mindful about hydrating.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, you're putting poison in your body, so you're probably going to feel bad.
That's fair.
You got a hangover story for us real quick?
Hangover story.
Not to put you on the spot.
Hangover story. Like the worst hung cheddar I've ever been. Hung cheddar.
Yep. You want me to go and then you can go?
Yeah, you go and I'll think about it.
Mine was actually probably like the 6th or 7th time I ever drank. So this is not even about college.
Pickles.
No, that was the first.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I was down at Sunset Beach with my cousin who's been drinking since 8th grade, and he's older than me.
Sure.
So, he's a player, and I'm a trainee, right?
Right. Young Padawan,
so
if you
one night I decide alcohol doesn't affect me. I'm a heavyweight. I'm drinking 6 times now.
Oh, no.
I threw up the entire night
Bad mistake.
in front of my dad. We woke up at 6 in the morning to go to the airport. My grandma was walking me around in the streets. I was in 9th grade. I remember eating soup that day and being
Oh, no.
This is immediately going through me.
Oh, no.
Like literally faster than Usain Bolt runs the 100-meter.
That is not what I was expecting you to say.
Yeah, so that was my worst one.
Grandma taking care of you?
Yeah.
Fire. Feels amazing. I don't know why.
You feel safe.
You feel so safe.
So safe.
Like she'd stop a train.
Literally.
She probably couldn't physically do it, but she will. She'll find a way.
If it means your safety, she will.
And I love it.
She'll go like
Feels
MacGyver
amazing.
in that bitch.
No, it'll be fucking awesome.
She'll be like literally like the Avengers.
Yeah, like dead ass.
Like
She'll Hulk smash a fucking oncoming train, a movable
Can
object.
you imagine
type
Nene
shit.
being like, Nene smash? That's my grandmother, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Hit us with your hangover story, if you can think of one.
Okay, here's my thing. I don't really get bad hangovers.
That's good.
I never really have. There was one time that I did, and it was because that's around the time that Natter Days were coming out,
Oh, God.
and there were 3 of us, and whenever you buy alcohol at a gas station, you can only buy like 1 case at a time. So the person that was buying it had to go in and do like 3 separate transactions. This has nothing to do with the hangover, by the way.
Sure.
It's just a story leading up to it. And then there are also like strawberry Mike's Hard. And I am not a fan of Mike's Hard to begin with. I'll drink it. Obviously not my first choice. It's cheap. The lemonade's fine. Whatever. Anyway. We were having a little LAN party again. It was just 3 of us, and we were playing GTA for like hours. And for some reason, I was like, you know what? Tonight we're not drinking out of the cans, so everyone bring a bottle.
Dangerous.
So we brought like 32-ounce Yeti bottles.
Dangerous.
You don't know how much you're drinking.
Nope.
You don't know how fast it's going down.
Nope.
One of the worst ideas might be, shouts to Bill Simmons, Apex Mountains, for me, worst idea ever. Terrible.
Shout out, Bill.
It was so bad. And we just kept throwing them back. I think I might have some videos I'll show you afterwards, but it was bad. And the next day I again didn't feel like a human person. I felt like a humanoid.
I hate that. Number 3, walking. Not as glamorous as the last one, but I I enjoy walking when I want to walk, not when I have to walk.
Fair.
If humans actually no, it actually kind of does make you feel good after you walk.
I don't mind walking, so
But I had to put it.
yeah, it's fine for you.
Number 4. Drunk
4
dude.
is just 3.
No, this 1 was hangovers. Oh, I forgot 2. My bad. 2 was not being a kid anymore. Not to get sad on you guys.
True, dude.
Like, remember when you didn't care about like anything? You just like
Remember when
looked
I
at a
wasn't
ladybug.
Worried about like income tax.
No. Like you would just look at a ladybug for an hour.
Dude, literally the other day I was with my little cousins on the beach and there was a ladybug and we were playing with it for like a half hour.
That's
so
why
sick.
I love being around kids because they make you feel like that again.
Yeah, but they're also so smart.
Yeah. They're
Kids
like,
are so smart.
like so smart.
Like they learn faster than
100%.
people.
They're
it's
adaptable.
Crazy.
We're stuck in our ways, especially once you get past 30.
It's fucking awesome. I do miss being like a little boy.
I do all the time. And it's so sad to say because you can't look in the past.
Yeah,
It's evolution of life.
you gotta appreciate it
But you appreciate it when you get to this age a little
for
bit
sure.
more.
For sure.
Now going to number 4. That was number 2. Drunk douchebags.
Yeah,
Sorry. I know. Actually, I'm not sorry.
I'm
Well,
not.
When you're drinking, I don't understand people that get douchier and more of a jerk. I understand if it happens sometimes, emotions
Yeah.
come out, things happen. But when it's consistent, it's like I'm not with that.
No, not at all.
What are you doing?
No pushback.
Why are you drinking at that point?
No
Um,
pushback on that one.
Number 5 is a college thing nobody really likes to talk about. It's those moments, sometimes they're nights, sometimes they're even days where you kind of get caught with nothing to do. And you're kind of like, oh, I want to do something almost because I want to say I could do something. That's a thought I've had in my mind. And I don't like that feeling. Because sometimes I'm like, oh my God, it's a Thursday night. I don't really want to go out, but I should because I'm in college. And that's something I've probably got to get rid of on some level. But also I don't want to not embrace college. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I can play devil's advocate if you'd like me to.
Shoot, baby.
I've definitely had similar feelings,
Yeah.
but because of some of the things we just mentioned, drunk douchebags, walking hammered, and also just being around people that I'm not comfortable with, I don't feel like I'm missing out on too much. And maybe that makes me lame. Maybe that makes me a loser. Great. Give me a name tag.
That actually makes you a person that's more comfortable with themselves.
And don't get me wrong, I'd like to go out, but I'd like to go out with people that I'd like to be with. 100%.
I respect that. I wish sometimes in my head I didn't have that pressure I almost put on myself. Not saying I don't like to go out, but there are some times where I'm like, I don't.
Do I need this?
I don't need this.
Yeah,
tonight.
no, I totally understand where you're coming from.
Or you do want to go out and you kind of have nothing to do.
Yeah.
That's one where I'm like, man, I feel like a little bit of a loser, and I shouldn't, because like not everyone.
Oh no, definitely not. You shouldn't feel like a loser.
But
play your game.
It's a natural emotion.
Yeah, I understand though. That's a good one.
Thank you. And I do think that's something realistic that we don't talk about all the time. Top 5 douchiest things someone will say to you at college.
I'm really excited for this one, and I'm really excited for the delivery on this one.
I might go from number 5 up because like I want to lead up to number 1. There's a lot of good, and I'm not going to say the word, but it's the mean word for ladies. There's a lot of good blank in here tonight. You will hear somebody describe a woman as the word that starts with a P. It's awkward. You kind of like, ha, ha, ha. Why can't you say there's a bunch of really good looking chicks here tonight? Why do you have to say there's a bunch of good?
Yeah, that's gross.
Gross. It almost makes you want to cringe throw up.
Yeah.
And sneeze too.
But like also like death stare them while you do it. Like dude.
Seriously?
Like there's people around. You just said that out loud.
You have a mother and father.
Yeah, like seriously. That's disgusting. That's so weird.
It's so disgusting.
So foul. I don't get it. Whatever.
It's like there's so many words in the English dictionary.
Yeah, like, and you
why
chose
choose
those
that
ones.
one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, come on. Grow up.
Number 4 has actually been something that's said to me, actually in sequence of one another. Dude, how many bodies do you have? I have blank amount of bodies. I just met the guy. That was like
he asked you not caring and then said how many he had.
that was like an icebreaker for him.
That
It was an icebreaker. Remember, like, let's do some icebreakers.
Oh yeah.
He would be the guy, be like, "Oh, I have a question. How many bodies do you have? Because I have 36."
No way. You said 36.
No comment.
That's so weird.
Number 3, you're always gonna meet this guy, dude. I had like 4 shots right off the bat, like ripping them straight with the boys, right? And then we hit a little party, so I ripped 3 claws like pretty casually, but like within an hour.
So chatty.
And then just ripped like 8 Miller Lights, dude. I had like
way.
16 drinks. It was a ridiculous night for me.
So messed up, dude.
You cannot count drinks in college. It is a faux pas.
I don't care if you do. It's just
Wait. Sorry.
Don't brag about it, bro.
Yeah, that's not a thing you brag about. This ain't a
who
sport.
gives a shit, bro?
This is not a sport. We are not
Yeah,
competing.
bro. It's so weird. Yeah, I had like 37 Miller Lights last night. Didn't even feel a thing.
Dude, I had precisely 148 ounces of alcohol last.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's a bad look.
Your sister's ass.
Number 2, and this is one I've seen. This is especially a guy talking to girl thing. Back in high school, I played. Back in high school, I was blank.
Mm-hmm.
Back in high school, I played varsity baseball as a sophomore.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a baseball. If you're not on the team at the college, don't
It's
talk
over.
about it. That's in the past. Unless you're asked. I've been asked, like, "Oh, did you play anything in high school?" I'll be like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
different.
basketball." Don't reminisce in that.
Different.
Don't be the guy who's talking about high school all the time.
Oh yeah,
That's a weird look.
definitely fallen into that a little bit at one point.
It's not, dude. But we all have. Like, I
Yeah.
know the feeling. It's not a good look though.
Yeah, it's an awkward. It's an awkward situation.
And then people that are so like, it's their personality almost.
yeah, I don't know.
If your personality is still being a basketball player when you're at college, not a good look.
yeah, it's
Unless you're on the
awkward.
team. Hell, if you're on club basketball, it wouldn't bother me as much.
Actually, yeah, no, I don't think it would bother. No, it doesn't bother me if you're like, because the people that I know that play club sports in college don't brag about it.
No.
And the one that was on this podcast was like number 1 in the nation for like some crazy stat. And I didn't even know until our other roommate told us.
Oh, wow.
He told me. I was like, what? Fucking dope.
Just not going to talk about it.
No.
'Cause
He didn't say shit.
It's weird. It's weird.
It's also like talking about yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it all comes down to that. But especially
It's just
when it's
awkward.
something in the past, it's just an awkward thing.
Yeah.
And number 1, the douchiest thing
I love
that
it.
people do at college.
So excited.
Sup, Beast. Listen, we're having kegs and eggs tonight. Stop by the fraternity house, man. It's rush week, so dress pretty cash if you can.
There's Cashy.
How about a hey? How about a hi? How about not?
What's up, man?
I'm going to shorten what's up, not to was up, to sup. And I'm going to call you
Sup.
a beast because I don't remember your name.
Sup, beast.
Sup, beast.
Sup, beast.
Sup, beast. What you're doing? And guess what?
Sup, beast.
People I love
Fuck.
use it. Like that. It is so bad. And like,
think
I've
it's
tried to tell them
hilarious.
in the nicest way.
That's so funny.
Like literally, some of the people closest to me in my life will use it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, God, dude,
I love it.
you can't stop.
That's hilarious. I want to use it like every day of my life.
And it's universal because I was
Sup, beast, dude.
talking to Sconch, and he's like, it's got to be a New York thing because everyone in Italy is
Yeah.
saying. I'm like, no, it's just a thing.
That's so weird.
Sup, beast. It's like how they start a
Well,
letter.
sod it.
Can you imagine them like emailing a professor being like,
Sup,
beast?
beast?
I see my homework has not been great.
No, those dudes definitely write their emails out like, "Hey, prof.
Sup, prof.
Yo, prof. Let me get an extension on the pay."
Yerd.
Ear.
Got
Got
Yes,
it.
that's the number one douchiest thing
Settle
that you'll
down.
hear in college. I got one more top 5 for us. Top 5 college guys you'll meet either freshman year or beyond.
Yeah.
Number 1, the kid that's always high. And when I say always high,
yeah.
you've never seen him not high. I love those kids the most. They're always
so
making
much
me laugh.
fun.
They're the best.
Yeah, they are fun.
I wish they
of
probably
the
for their
time.
health wouldn't smoke every second of the
Yeah.
day. But for me, I like being around people that
Yeah.
are high because they're just funnier.
I don't like when people laugh at those people though. That makes me
Not
sad.
it's laughing with them is okay.
Yeah, like yeah, on the same page.
But then again, if you're getting baked at like for a 9 a.m. class,
Yeah,
and you
it's-
do something goofy, I might chuckle on accident.
Like I woke up like 7 minutes ago, man. I might even still be asleep. Like let it go.
Number 2, the guy you lose every time you go out. So there's a guy coming to Penn State
No.
this year. No, I love this guy because there's always a good story. He's Chirk's buddy. He came to visit,
Yeah.
and they literally came back to the apartment. I was somewhere else, and Chirk was like, "Yeah, we haven't seen." I'm gonna call him Tom for
Sure.
podcast purposes. We haven't seen Tom in 4 hours. I'm
That's
like,
a long time.
that's your friend.
Yeah.
Like they started like walking the streets going, Tom, like drunk as shit because they lost him at an they were going to an apartment and he just sat outside there. So what ended up
For
happening?
4 hours, this dude was sitting on a stoop.
They ended up going in, because they were hammered too. He ended up ending up at like East Halls, which is like literally a mile and a half away.
Sure.
With some freshmen just hanging out. I love that guy.
Just found his boys.
Always has the best story.
Yeah.
Number 3 most or person I like the most at college, the kid that gets laid, might not even be the best looking guy, but gets laid all the time that it's like impressive. Like not one to brag and boast about it,
Yeah.
but you're like,
Like, dude, where were you
He's-
for the past like 15 minutes?
he's-
It's like, I was
oh,
upstairs.
I had sex in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's just upstairs.
Cool. You want to like there? Some dudes just got different levels of game.
I might push back on that one.
You don't like that guy.
I don't dislike him, I don't think. I wouldn't say I like him. I'd probably say I'm neutral or indifferent.
But I like
I wouldn't put that in my top 5 guys.
really
No.
the guy that Sir Fucks a lot. You wouldn't put Sir Fucks a lot in your top 5.
No.
But that guy's fun.
I like High Guy better.
I mean, high guy's number 1, so obviously I'd probably move him down.
Maybe top 10.
Doubt it.
Seriously.
Number 4, legacy guy. Every single
Yeah.
person on this podcast, he actually should be higher, but every single person on this podcast has met a dude whose grandparents went there, whose
Yep.
parents went
Yep.
there.
Yep.
It's part of their personality.
Yep.
Whenever you go out or whenever you hear he's rushing something or joining a club, he's like, yeah, my cousin's best friend is the...
Yeah, like my dad actually was a founding fucking
Fun.
brother of Kappa Kappa Delt, bro. Like, you gotta let me join.
No, and it's like a thing.
Yeah.
It's like a total thing.
Whatever.
Number 5, I met a couple of these dudes. The everyone knows him guy.
Yeah. Oh my God. So true.
I go to school with
Yeah.
like 40,000 kids.
Yeah.
And I promise you there's this kid named Jorge that every human being knows. And
Everyone.
he lived next to me freshman year.
That's like what?
He bummed nicotine from me every single
Like
night.
he was crazy.
Everyone knows him.
Yeah,
Every
everyone
human
knows
being
Jorge.
alive knows Jorge.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Everyone knows. Oh, you know? Yeah, I know Jorge.
There's always one too.
There's always one. Every college you'll go to, there's people
Guy.
that socialize. There's guy. He's guy.
Like this. I don't even know how that would work. There's
And
so many people. There.
It's not like these guys are like
Oh, not
the
even
coolest guys
yeah.
or anything like that. They're just memorable to everyone.
Nice guys usually too.
Nice guys. Totally nice guys. Part of their personality. Goofy most of the time.
Very goofy. I
Crazy
like them.
stuff.
Those guys are good.
I love those guys. Yeah, so that's all the top 5s I got. Did you prepare any top 5s for me or no?
I did not, but I did have some. How are we doing on time over there, by the way? Just to see, because
I can't change this because it's in like
it should say it on the. Oh, it doesn't say it on the
it's in
top.
beats.
Okay, well-
44 minutes.
Okay, well then.
I should probably cut all this, so make a note of 44:50.
We don't have to cut it. It's
Okay.
natural.
Okay.
I mean, if you want me to, I can, but
We'll
it's your
talk about
call.
that later. So hit me, big boy.
Yeah. Do you want me to do? I have a interesting story. I can save it for later if we were ever gonna do like another college thing. Or I can ask you a couple random questions, like 3 dumb, stupid, random questions.
You know what? I think we got time. We got 5 minutes. I'll try to answer them in 5 minutes. Make it a 50-minute podcast.
They're super simple, super easy.
All right. This is a segment called Lil Doop Asks SmoothBody. It's like fan mail, but for my biggest fan, my producer.
Shout out my cousin Cakes for hooking me up with some funny questions. These are, again, just random, stupid questions because we were talking about the pod. I was like, oh, yeah, like we asked people, what do you eat your mac and cheese with, fork or spoon? And I'm pretty sure that both of us have been pretty good at not saying our answers.
Oh, I always say my answer. Or I always agree with the
Should
guy.
we just go out with it?
No.
Come out?
We'll have a whole podcast on that.
That'll be like episode 100.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big deal. Stick around. We're going to have Patreon by then.
Hey, listen. Our number one investor said if we get to episode 100, we're getting a neon sign that says the LLSmoothBody podcast.
Stop. All right. That would be sick, by the way.
That'd be incredible.
First question. Where do you store your bread?
So this is an unbelievable question because for the longest time, it was always in the pantry. And then Shay literally yesterday comes to me and she's like, the bread's in the freezer. The bread's in the freezer. Like literally someone had just died.
Freezer or fridge?
Freezer.
Okay.
It's like, I think people do that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I put the bread. Now, my roommate puts the bread in the freezer.
Puts the bread in the freezer and then like we'll take out 2 slices, make a sandwich.
I don't know.
Or like defrost it.
I don't know.
Like put it in the microwave.
I don't think so. I think it's like bread. It's like the extra bread. So it's
that's what I do. I'll get 2 loaves of bread and I'll put one in the freezer and then thaw it out after I finish the first loaf.
I think that's the move, but my family's never done that until like literally Tuesday.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so it's very topical.
The reason I ask is because randomly I thought like some people put their bread in the fridge, not the freezer, but like they'll get a loaf of bread and like store it, or tortillas.
See, that makes more sense to me. We put our tortillas in the fridge.
Yeah.
That makes more sense to me than freezing it. But because it's not a meat, so I don't know why you got to freeze it. I understand getting in cold temperatures, but freezing it, it's bread.
I don't get...
Does bread go bad super fast?
It depends on the bread, but again, I don't know. I think everyone has a different answer.
I think that would
for
be
different reasons.
An interesting one to add. This we should start doing fan mail like this, where we have
we
questions
should.
at the end.
Oh my god, great. Okay, guys,
Ask
if you have
SmoothBody.
any questions,
we gotta make a website for this.
Oh my
Ask
gosh.
SmoothBody.
I did check. We should get a domain. Well, for now, you guys can just like and subscribe. And then also comment on, I don't know if you can comment on Spotify, but you should be able to comment on our YouTube channel.
How about this? I'll do you one better. Email LLSmoothBody@gmail.com. If you're listening to this, that is LLSmoothBody@gmail.com with your questions. And you could be featured on the pod. Also, give a funny name, too.
Yeah, give us
kind
a
of
funny name. Not too explicit.
Not gross.
Like PC.
Don't be the guy who calls women the P word.
Like the wrong word. Okay, next question. Window or aisle seat?
You know what's so funny is we always flew Southwest and we'd always be in the back, so I always got stuck in the middle. So I probably would prefer the aisle, but I've gotten used to being in the middle and being uncomfortable. Actually, you know what? It was aisle for a while, and then one time the flight attendant hit the cart straight up with my bum knee, and I wanted to scream. So I'll go window seat.
Fair.
Easier to nap there because you can lean your head up against the plane.
I think so too. You ever sat in like the front row?
Yeah. I've gotten like business class.
No, I mean like
never been first class.
Not like first class. It's like literally just if you get on the plane first, you get first dibs.
Oh.
Because I got on a plane with a guy that my dad knew. and he was actually saving 2 seats for my sophomore year biology teacher and his wife. And then like my dad saw him, was like, "Hey, what's up? Like, what's going on?" And the guy was like, "Oh, do you guys want to sit here?" And my sister and I were like, yeah. You shitting me? First on, first off? Fuck me.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was so sick.
Yeah, I've
Gotta put my feet up.
been first on, first off. And the extra leg room's
Huge.
especially when you're like 6'2".
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that big.
I don't know, like, going on planes when you're like 6'4" plus has to be atrocious.
That would suck.
All right, next one, hit me.
So whenever you put your like cups or your glassware back into whatever compartment you have them stored in,
Sure.
how do you have them oriented? Face like so it's opened up,
Opened up.
opened down.
Opened
Always.
up, but I'll sometimes put them back as like a little bit of a rebellion towards my parents as down, like especially if they're a little wet still.
Sure.
To be honest, very privileged, and I haven't done most of that in my
Sure.
family.
Sure.
But yeah, I'd probably say open up because it's just more efficient that way. There's not a whole lot of thought about it.
Nope.
But to me, naturally, I don't even want to make that motion. That motion where you flick your wrist. You know why? So that probably could cause problems in the future. You know,
just from flipping your cups upside down
if
too
you
much.
have delicate wrists. You're disgusting, so you do it the other way.
I do it both. It's
I
the
love
weirdest
that.
thing ever. Like
You're like half and half.
yeah, it's like half and half, but they're all staggered in there
You like
too.
Mike and Ike it.
It's really sick.
That is sick.
I don't know. I also depends on like what I'm doing. Like all my sick cups that I have at school, like Superman, Minecraft. I got creepy crawlers everywhere on these fucking cups, dollar store cups. All of those are going in face up because I don't care because I'm going to use them. But anyway, that's it for my 3 silly questions for the day.
All right, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the new mics. We're gonna really hit it hard. I think this next week, get a bunch of stuff done, and then we are moving to Zoom, and we're both going to be at different schools, and the podcast is actually only going to get better. We might start filming at some point. Just keeping y'all updated. Continue listening. Continue believing in dreams, because dreams are the foundation in which we build the monuments that maketh man. That's LLSmoothBody, and that's the way it is. Wait. Killer sign off right there.
That was so sick. That was bars.
I might have ruined it, but I kept talking.
Bars.
We'll work on a sign off that I do every time. Like, I've said see ya sluts for a little bit. I'm probably not going to come up with that monuments thing again, but it was cool.
That was pretty tight.
But we'll catch you guys later in the week. Stay funky, bitches.